If you're struggling with your landscape photography in the sense that your photos are flat, this is the video for you. Creating depth in your landscape photos will make your photos much more dynamic. The perspective will change, and the feeling of the photo is going to be incredibly different from a simple flat image. When I talk about the lack of depth in the image, when you don't have the feeling of depth, there are two problems. And I will give you some fixes for each of these problems. The first problem is a flat image, a boring image. So let's say I want to photograph this landscape in front of me. And the first photo that I'm doing is just point and shoot because, as I said, I really like what I'm seeing. And in my mind, this is the way I need to photograph. The thing that I like is the openness, the fields, and I'm just pointing and shoot with my camera. Now, the problem with this is that the images are flat because I fail to understand that even though my eye is focused on the landscape in front of me, I have the knowledge that there are some elements around me. I have, as a person, as a human, have the feeling of that. I don't need to necessarily see some elements to know this. But the viewer that will look at the photo doesn't see all these rock formations that are over here. The viewer only sees the flat image, the plains, the fields, something that will connect the viewer to the place from where you're photographing and the rest of the landscape. And a good foreground element could be this rock over here. And now I'm framing this in the foreground, and I'm giving a sense of depth. These are very simple framings. This is not something extremely complicated. The second solution is to also have a powerful leading line. Like, for example, these rocks that are in front of me. And now the foreground element will become the rocks that are really close to me. And the line of rocks will continue with the other rock that was the foreground in the previous photo. And now I'm going to have a powerful leading line. Again, something very, very simple, nothing fancy, nothing extraordinary. There is a third solution that is not applicable over here, but when you are inside the forest, for example, or in some gorges, or whenever you have an alternation between darkness and light, you can create depth by positioning yourself in darkness, photographing towards light. This is also a very powerful way. So you have these three solutions. Foreground include the foreground element, include powerful leading line, photograph from darkness towards light. The second problem is that even though you have leading lines, foreground elements, you don't have a feeling of scale. You don't understand how big the elements are, or how far apart, or how far away are from you. For example, in this photo when I photographed this cave, and as you can see, this is an image with all the elements, the foreground elements and all the other leading lines, but you don't have a feeling of how big this place is. And the solution was to include a person, and that is me in the photo, and now you have a true feeling of how big and impressive this place is. Let's first do an image without me in the scene, and then I will add my person in the scene, and you can evaluate how the place looks. As you can see, it's very easy to fix a flat, boring, and not interesting image. The only thing is that you need to plan a little bit. Don't think only about what your eyes see, but think about the elements that you are conscious about as a human person that is present there, and think about what is the minimum elements that you need to introduce in the photo to tell the story better. If you want to learn more about landscape photography, I have an ebook on my website about landscape photography. I also have workshops and photo tours, and you have all the details in the description of this video. Now, thanks for watching, and until next time, keep on photographing, because it's the only way that you can get better. Bye-bye.